Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb. Today's Mystic Minute is intention and manifestation. It's a basic thing when you are doing like a law of attraction, the secret kind of manifestation. You get a clear vision of what you want and you set a strong intention and you put that request out to the universe. And the intention is really what drives it. The being specific and taking actions is what makes it real. Here's what happens when you manifest the thing that you have been so intentional about, so specific about. You've got this clear, crystal clear vision in your head about what you want to replicate into form. There's always a missing piece. There's always something that goes wrong. There's always something about the creation that is flawed. And what I've come to realize is that when we are manifesting, we are really bringing that thing into form. It is not just our thoughts become things, but they do kind of pixelate into a concrete form. And if we're only manifesting from thoughts, you're going to get the limitations that your thoughts have. Do you really know everything? Can you visualize your dream home and construct it? From setting the foundation all the way up to putting the roofing tiles on, and actually being your own realtor and surveyor of the land, for that matter. What happens when you try to create purely from this perspective of awareness is you're missing the bigger picture, and you're also missing the possibilities. When I have people play with consciousness techniques that I've developed, I have them do it at first without any intentions, without any expectations, just stepping into the experience and notice what's different. The reason for that is to step into the experience, notice what's different, and have your own anchoring sense of what that is like, how that is useful. And then to play with intention. And the important thing to know is if you step forward without an intention, something bigger unfolds. This also happens when I was doing my energy sessions and working with my quantum techniques for transforming energy, and people would come to see me with these long laundry lists of the things they wanted to be fixed, to be healed, to be transformed. And I would take the laundry list and I would put it over on the shelf and pay attention to whatever showed up in the moment. Because if you looked at the items on the laundry list and you had an intention of fixing them, making them better, what you've done is you've immediately solidified them into something that's wrong. And how this stuff really works is by being open-minded, being curious, not really knowing what the outcome's going to be, because that allows the bigger awareness of consciousness to bring in more than you could have imagined. We're always manifesting through our limitations. Even when we're trying really hard to think of something bigger, or we're driving around to these fancy neighborhoods and imagining what it would be like to live in those big houses or to have that big salary or any of those things, more than we could imagine, we're trying to imagine and feel. Whereas it's not that difficult, it's not that hard. It is as easy to manifest a button as it is a castle. And as consciousness, it's effortless. When Esther Hicks of Abraham Hicks was manifesting her monster buses that they used to drive around doing their seminars in, she realized one day that she manifested this giant, humongous monster bus, bigger than she ever imagined, and it felt very like, oh, not as big a deal as she would have expected. And that's because she did it without expectations. She had gotten to the point of expanding her manifestational ability to having something this big, and it was really just the next indicated thing that she stepped into. So really what you're playing with when you are playing with manifestation, and that's what this whole world is about, is to play, is to create, is to experiment with manifesting anything. You can simply have an intention that you want it to be different. You want something to transform. You step into the reality and see what happens. It's not going to have the loophole that would happen if you're operating from the level of personality. That's when what happens is not what you desire. Something gets worse before it gets better. You manifest your soulmate and he's married. All those kind of limitations come from manifesting from your personality level. And when you're manifesting as consciousness, something unfolds bigger than you imagined. Maybe you did have a huge intention to find your life partner and have it be your soulmate or your twin flame. And what you discover at the end of it is that you're having a perfect relationship with yourself. And people do come into your reality, and you love yourself first. And then the relationships can be whatever they are, but it's not your driving force. Maybe you have a huge intention for what your life purpose is in your life, and it's going to make you $1 million, or you're going to be a movie star or a best-selling author. And what unfolds instead is discovering meaningful work that changes the lives of people that you interact with. And whatever salary or income that comes from it is secondary. You find your needs being taken care of in amazing ways, things unfolding in ways that you could not have imagined. And it's happening because you are moving forward, playing with these manifestation techniques as consciousness and not as your limited personality mindset. So if you like these videos, you can subscribe to them on YouTube. You can also sign up below to get them in your inbox. If you want to know more, my website is joan-newcomb.com. There you can go see my full collection of these videos. I put them out a couple times a week. I also have a weekly free newsletter and blog. I also put out a free podcast and radio show. I do meetups around the Puget Sound in Seattle, Bellevue, Tacoma, University Place, Lakewood, and Olympia. And I see clients around the world through Skype and phone. So if you want to know more about navigating your life as consciousness, creating your life as consciousness, rediscovering your life purpose, and regaining your passion for life, go to joan-newcomb.com and look at my coaching programs. So go to joan-newcomb.com, and I'll see you in another couple days with another Mystic Minute.